Hey guys, I'm here with a couple announcements today, and a team draft analysis because we were invited to join a new league. I'm going to make this guy shiny because it's beautiful like that. Alright, so we were invited to join a new league called Pokemon Masters United, or the PMU. Um, but even before we get into that team, I'd like to announce to you guys that your New England Evolution did make the playoffs for the Opal League Season 2. I know I haven't uploaded, like, any of my videos recently. It's haven't been, like, I haven't had time. I'm recording this right before my first match in the PMU, which is actually against Jack, formerly formerly Manaphy United, now Minnesota Wild Chargers, at least for this league. So, yeah. And now we can go over this draft. Um, like, we were able to do 3 picks from each tier, and like I had planned out a whole thing, and for the most part I stuck to it. I was not around when we were actually drafting. I was having Ben, coach of, I don't even remember what it is now. Like before he was the coach of the Seattle Sonic Booms. Like I was texting him my picks, except I was around for the first round. I was able to pick up Mega Alex Sam with the 3rd overall pick in the draft. I believe there were 10 people drafting, so I was able to pick up Mega Alakazam. He will be named Serial Killer, spelled Cereal, because he has 5 spoons and I'm a loser. Alakazam is great because, I mean, Magikarp's a great ability. It also has Synchronize and Inner Focus before it Mega Evolves. And in this league, it does not have to Mega Evolve on the first turn. It doesn't have to Mega Evolve at all, but it can't hold any item besides its Mega Stone. And these are Mega Alakazam stats. Base 175 special attack and base 150 speed, making it the fastest Pokemon that was drafted. Reaching a max of timid 438, except that we're going to be at level 50, so max of, not 150, max speed of 222 at level 50. That there are some Pokemon, possibly some Pokemon that I drafted that don't hit that benchmark, like even without, or even at level 100. So everything will be changed to level 50 before any of my battles. So it has great stats for special attacking. You can Calm Mind with it. You can Dazzling Gleam. Once it Mega Evolves, it has the ability Trace, which lets me copy my opponent's ability. It's got Focus Blast, Energy Ball. It has some really cool physical moves. I wish it had a physical attack stat to back it up. Funnily enough, it has an equal attack stat to Azumarill, but Azumarill has huge power, so yeah. This Magic Coat, it has Stab, Psychic, and Psyshock. Has Signal Beam, can Thunder Wave. It can Trick, but I can't really use that. It can Charge Beam, which is something that I actually really like. It gets Dynamic Punch. Gets a lot of really strong moves. Gets Hyper Beam, Iron Tail, Metronome. There's a move up here. Magic Room. I want to try to use that at least once this season. Magic Room removes, like, all effects of held items. So if I can Mega Evolve, then he can't just have a Scarfer come in and revenge kill me. So, there's our first pick. Our second pick was Jirachi, which is going to be called Chris Pratt because, well, Star-Lord. It's got Serene Grace. It is amazing. It's got Ancient Power, Body Slam, Dazzling Gleam. Actually, it can get Moonblast instead of Dazzling Gleam, which is even better. It's Draco Meteor? Why does this thing get Draco Meteor? Drain Punch, Energy Ball. Gets all the elemental punches. Gets Iron Head and Zen Headbutt. Gets Healing Wish. Does it get Heal Bell or Aromatherapy? No. But I think it gets regular Wish. Yeah, it gets Wish. And it gets Heart Stamp, which, if you want if you really want to flinch someone a bunch of times, it's got Heart Stamp and not Zen Head, but Iron Head. Your stab, both with a 60% chance to flinch. Actually, just recently flinched my friend to death accidentally with Iron Head. It's got Play Rough if you want to have a physical one with the fairy move. This thing, it gets Stealth Rock, which is great. It has base 100 stats across the board, which means that it can do anything. It's a very, very strong Pokemon, and my opponents will need to plan for Jirachi each week. With our third pick, decided to finally invest in an electric, this wasn't actually, we didn't draft in order, but our third OU pick, which was my second to last pick, actually, decided to invest in an electric type. So we got Chief, Magnezone, and it gets 3 really good abilities. Magnet Pull, which traps and steel types. Sturdy, which means it will take any hit. And Analytic, which means it gets 1.3 times. That's a Life Orb boost if I move fast. And it's only got base 60 speed. With really good defense and special attack. And a nice typing. Except for, round. It's got some nice moves. I want to try running a Gyro Ball Analytic set at some point. It's got that Stab Volt Switch. Oh, I forgot to mention that Jirachi gets U-Turn. Gets Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, Tri-Attack. Gets, what's it called? Flash Cannon. It gets a lot of very strong moves, and can take most hits pretty easily. I can set up Sunny Day if I really wanted to. It can Zap Cannon, which, seeing as Mega Pidgeot was drafted, actually could be a lot of fun. Next up, we've got our first UU pick. I really wanted a fairy type, and by the time I was going to draft one, both Florges and Sylveon were already taken. So I ended up picking up Slurpuff. That's not Powerpuff, that's supposed to be Powderpuff. Most of the time it'll have Unburden. This gets Aromatherapy, it gets Wish. It's a very good cleric, while also being able to be a really strong sweeper. Move called Belly Drum. If you're running a Citrus Berry, you knock yourself down to half, max out your attack. Get the Citrus Berry, then get the Unburden, and you'll just plow through teams. Gets Drain Punch for recovery. I think it also gets, what's it called? Draining Kiss, I think? Yeah, it gets Draining Kiss if you want to run a special one with recovery. You can Calm Mind set up, you can Cotton Guard. Gets Energy Ball, gets Flamethrower. Also gets Heal Bell, but you don't really need both. Play Rough, of course. Gets Psychic, Thunderbolt, Surf. Why does it say Belly Drum is a useless move? It's a great move. Gets Giga Impact. What am I looking for? Gets Yawn. If you want to run a Yawn set. Then we had the first thing returning from the Opal League, first Pokemon that I've used before, really. And that's Wolverine, our Doublade. No guard with probably a Violet. Oh, I forgot to look at Powderpuff's stats. So it doesn't have the greatest stats, but it's pretty well mixed. You can run it physically defensive, specially defensive, physically or specially offensive, and you can put significant speed investment into it, but you don't really need to, because I see, actually, drop it down to level 50. doing 150 accidentally. Naturally, it's at 92 speed. Give it like a jolly nature. 101. And to reach 112 to outspeed even my Mega Alakazam. After an Unburden boost, it needs 76. So this thing can actually do really well, because we said that maxed out at 222, right? Yeah, it's gonna be 222. So 76 plus makes it outspeed everything that was drafted. And yeah. Now back to Wolverine. The base 150 defense, base 110 attack. You guys have seen this before. I've used it before. Base 30 speed, which is great because it gets stab gyro ball. The one downside is there's an additional rule in this league of the items clause, so I can't run a Violet on multiple Pokemon, which is sad because I drafted 3 NFEs. But this thing gets Gyro Ball, gets Brick Break, Totemize if you want to run a speedy set, Iron Head, Night Slash. You can Pursuit Trap with it. Gets Sacred Sword, Rock Slide, which won't have those untimely misses because of no Bard. Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak. Swords Dance, which is amazing on this thing. You can Magnet Rise if you think they're going to go for a ground type move. I ran that one time. Like during the Opal League Season 1. And then a bunch of useless special attacks. This thing can't really deal with special attacks, or use special attacks, or deal with them. It's base 45 and 49. The 2 special stats. Next up, we've got Cloyster. Hello, it's me, because I'm a loser. It's really my only explanation. Base 180 defense. Nothing is going to be OHKOing this thing on the physical side. I hope. I don't think anything in my first matchup at least can OHKO it on the physical side. Get Shell Armor so it can't be crit if you want to run like Crowster. Does it get Calm Mind? No. Get anything to boost its special defense with Amnesia? No. Never mind. But it gets Skill Link and Overcoat, so if I think my opponent's gonna like Spore Spam, I can bring an Overcoat set with moves that aren't Skill Link boosted. It gets like Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, it gets Twin Needle, Spike Cannon. Also, it gets Spikes and Toxic Spikes, and, sorry, burped there, and Rapid Spin. Gets Hydro Pump, gets Ice Shard for priority, Icicle Craft, gets Poison Jab, you can Shell Smash. This thing is terrifying if I can get up a Shell Smash. It's taking down a couple of things. Because Sturdy doesn't matter once you've got Skill Link spamming. Like, once you spam Skill Link, just Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, Twin Needle, everything. So those are my OU and UU picks. Next up, we've got... yeah, for random teams that I built. Look at that. Mega Alakazam, Omastar, Doublade. I'm practicing with these teams even before. Half of this was stuff that I drafted the evolved forms of. I never said Omastar. You don't know that I have Omastar yet. But now you do. We've got Omastar, named Big Bro Miguel, because one time he called me Little Omastar Guy, and I don't understand why. But he did. And, again, crazy defense. I think I've got 4 or 5 Pokemon with over 100 or with 100 or higher in its defense. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5 Pokemon with base 100 or higher defense. So this thing is going to be taking hits. And what's cool is, then you get to weak armor trigger. This thing is great for hazard stacking. It's just Stealth Rock. It gets Stealth Rock spikes and Toxic Spikes. It can Scald, it can Rock Blast. I think it can knock off. Yeah, it can knock off gyro balls. That's weird. It can earth power. It can haze if someone is starting to set up on me. Just bring this thing in, sashed. Get off a haze. I can rock polish. Actually, it can show smash. There's no reason to run rock polish if you can run show smash. Like a show smash, sashed set with weak armor takes any hit, get up to +3 speed, +2 in both attacks. This thing really prefers special attacks, but if you start setting up, you can probably get somewhere with physical attacks. Sea spikes, stealth rock, toxic spikes, surf, waterfall. You can set up rain dance, and this thing can use its swift swim instead. Or sandstorm. It works in sandstorm too. Like, yes, it's very similar to Cloister, but I see them as two different roles. I see Cloister as more of a spinner and late game sweeper. I see this as more of a suicide lead. And yes, I said Cloister as a late game sweeper, because it can take hits and dish out massive damage. Next up is the other Pokemon that you guys have seen me draft before, and that's 50 Cent. We got a Moongus back, baby. We don't have a Regenerator Core. Wait, I want to check something. Okay. I wanted to make sure I hadn't shown you guys anything else with U-Turn without mentioning it. So we ended up getting a pretty good Volt Turn Core. So 50 Cent is back. You guys know what I run. I run Assault Vest with Clear Smog, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Payback or HP Fire or something. And since this league is taking place entirely on Showdown, I'll be able to run other moves. Like, if I want to. Probably won't, but I can. I mean, I can Ingrain. I can just, like, completely stall them out. Set up a Toxic Venoshock with Ingrain and Giga Drain or something. Black Sludge. And then next up, we've got two Pokemon that I think actually go pretty well together. Got, like, just for looks and nicknames. We've got Flagon, non-Bug Dargon. You can't call it Dragon, it's Dargon. And then Yanma, non-Dargon Bug. So, Flagon first. Pretty simple base stats. I mean, 100 speed, 100 attack. Oh, and 50 Cent is the one that has really low speed. Base 30. Base 114 HP. Pretty sweet. Can take most hits. So, base 100 speed and an attack. It gets Boom Burst, which, if I want to run a special one, it gets Defog, which I didn't realize. I thought I only had one hazard remover. That's great. As long as I'm not trying to hazard sack. Got Dragon Tail, just shuffle them up. Earth Power, Earthquake, Bug Buzz. Why is this thing not Bug type though? It's Fire Punch. I think it gets Thunder Punch. It's Hewick, Giga Drain, Outrage is amazing. It gets Priority and Quick Attack. This thing gets U-Turn, gets Tailwind, and like it can just does a lot of damages, like a lot of damage to a lot of teams. I mean, Iron Tail is probably something I'll run, or Steel Wing. Steel Wing is 90 accuracy with Iron Tail, the 75 one. Let's just add it. I'll find out at some point. So yeah, there's non-Bug Dargon, and then non-Dargon Bug, which honestly I drafted because someone took Scyther, and I was freaking out because I needed a bug and flying. I felt I needed a bug and flying type. This thing's actually got really good speed. Space 95. Gets speed boost, Compoundizer Frisk. I could run a Compoundized Hypnosis set, give Hypnosis 90% accuracy, and then just set up on someone. Or I can Frisk, find out their item, which is great with the items cost. Or it's safe to, it's always safe to, but run speed boost. We've got another defogger here that I didn't realize. Also Giga Drain. They actually have really similar movesets. Psychic, Quick Attack. This gets Shadow Ball. It can Tailwind, it can U-turn. So, as you guys can see, I've got a really good Volt Turn core going on. There's the Hypnosis, which can boost to 90% accuracy. Got Solar Beam if I want to run a Sun team at some point. Uproar, Thief. Then next, we've got Combustion, named Marty, because Back to the Future. Yes, I know. I'm calling him Chicken, and that's not a good thing. This thing also has Speed Boost, but this one gets Baton Pass. However, because of Showdown, I can't set up Speed and something else in Baton Pass, but I can always just set up Speed Boost, Agilities, Flame Charges, Baton Pass those off into something big. Sorry, I just needed to plug in my iPod, it was dying. Or I can just bulk up and have this thing set up for itself, sweep through teams, like Flare Blitz, I think. Yeah, Flare Blitz. Insert fighting move here, just get a good fighting move. I've got more priority with Quick Attack. Doesn't look like it gets a good fighting move. Yeah, it gets Brick Break, Double Kick, Dynamic Punch. Doesn't really get any great physical fighting moves. Low Sweep's pretty good. Oh, Sky Uppercut. There we go. Gets Sky Uppercut. It gets Vacuum Wave if I want to run a special one with priority. Didn't realize that. Night Slash, Poison Jab, Overheat. Like, this thing can do some work. It does, however, have base 55 speed, naturally. So I do need the speed boost, for the most part. Like, I might run a Blaze Bulk Up Baton Pass set at some point. It's got equal attack and special attack. And finally, we've got Life Heart, which I gave my girlfriend the choice of nicknames, and she doesn't really understand puns that much, but she called it Fast Kitty, and so that is what I'm going to be calling Lifeheart this season. I might make it shiny. Let's see. I think it's like a red. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go with that. Also has equal attack and special attack, and it has equal defenses, which are actually really poor. But this is our second fastest Pokemon at base 106, just because I have a lot of other ways to make my Pokemon fast. I've got several Tailwind users, I've got Speed Boost, I've got Baton Pass, I've got, like, a lot of potential Scarfers, and Mega Alakazam doesn't really need much. Also, I want to see if this thing, if Combustion gets the, like, I doubt it, but, yeah, no Calm Mind. I doubt it gets Nasty Plot right there. Yeah, nope. That would have been cool. So this thing gets Fake Out, it gets Gunk Shot and Seed Bomb. It's another U-turner, which is pretty sweet. Gets Unburden, just like Slurpuff. Gets Prankster, which is probably the main ability I'll be using. Prankster Thunder Wave, Prankster Trick. Gets Knockoff. Gets Hyper Voice, Nasty Plot. Night Slash. It can Pursuit Trap things. You can Taunt. You can Sucker Punch. You can Toxic. You used to be able to Parafuse, because it gets what's the move? Swagger. It gets Swagger, but you aren't allowed to use Swagger anymore. Yeah, you can just... This thing is so disruptive, and it has U-turn. So yeah, that's our team in Pokemon Masters United. My first match should be coming out on Wednesday. We'll be doing 2 battles a week. And so, I'll see you guys then.